it's Jimin's birthday. So this video is more an anticipation of the kind of artist he's going to become, the evolution that he's going to go through, and the journey that he is going to take as he pursues excellence and as he tries to find out what he really wants to be known for as a solo artist. I think watching him go off on his own and, of course, succeed has been such a privilege and such an exciting thing to watch and witness, because we are literally witnessing the growth of a soon to be legendary artist. I never actually did a reaction or a review on the full album of Muse, and I also never reacted or reviewed any of the behind the scenes that he of in relation to Muse that he has presented to us. So I think this is a culmination of all of that. So let's all wish him a happy birthday, and I hope that this is going to be more of a conversation. If you have any ideas, if you envision something else, please contribute, please leave a comment. I hope that this is going to be more a, as I've said, a conversation rather than just a video that we will watch now and then forget. All right, on to the video.
Jimin is a natural born leader. Jimin has always been a leader. Class president for 9 years, member of a math club, billiards club, and there is nothing that demonstrates his innate leadership quality more than being a member of BTS. Many people think that being a leader means you call the shots. Well, it isn't. Being a leader means you focus on a goal at hand and knowing how you can contribute the best in a team to achieve your goals. You can ask anyone from team captains of the most decorated teams to CEOs and visionaries, and they'll give you the same answer. It's all about achieving a common goal. However, going off on his solo career provides us a glimpse of another aspect of his leadership, one where the vision is his. He is the alpha and the omega, the thinker and the doer. In his solo venture, he is not sharing the goal with anybody else. It is his. And how to achieve that goal is also his. It's more than epic to actually be able to witness him seamlessly shape the role to fit him. I will forever want and love him with BTS, but I'm also excited to see him blossom into the solo artist he is becoming. Jimin's natural grit. When Jimin was uncertain of his future with BTS, he would call his father every day to tell him that although he might not make it in this team, he is going to find his way and he is going to succeed somewhere else. Well, he made it to BTS, and in RM's own words, it would have been a disaster had Jimin been dropped. It doesn't mean he hadn't been fighting other types of battles. He has been a target of destructive criticisms, from being a bad dancer, of all things, to being a bad singer, to having no creative contribution in the team. But much like how he took it as a challenge when he was uncertain of his space in BTS, he never folded. Instead, he used those hate to fuel his fire. From writing and producing his own tracks, to working on his vocal basics, to expanding his control to every aspect of his art, he emerged not just as a powerful performer, but also a creative visionary. Auteur. He is often pigeonholed as a dancer, and we know how important dance is to him, but it is also a disservice to think of him only as a dancer. If at all, he is an auteur. An auteur is a filmmaker whose personal influence and artistic control over a movie are so great that the filmmaker is regarded as the author of the movie. Jimin is that in his projects. He personally influences and controls every aspect of it. He may not be the one performing every role, that is impossible, but it is his vision that's being executed. Who was his idea? It was produced and written by someone else, but everything started with his big idea. And once the lyrics and music were done, he still decided on how to execute it. He was, in fact, his own vocal coach. He didn't have anyone telling him how to sing the song or what key is most appropriate for a verse. He experimented with his team supporting him. He also co directed the music video, making decisions with so little time at that on blocking, camera angles, and he also co choreographed the routine. This leads me to my next point: all encompassing vision. His vision isn't just limited to the dance or the song. He can actually see things in its totality with such great detail from sonic, visual, and even emotional level. That allows him to spot aspects of the performance or the song itself that need to be changed to either become more integrated into the story or to simply improve the overall appeal of the performance. They took weeks to complete the routine of Who because he was so detailed, envisioning how the move matches with the song or how the move matches the set and others. The Set Me Free Part 2 performance was also his idea. He was very specific. He wanted something thematic, symbolic, both in sound, lyrics, and visual. He gave specific instructions on how he wanted the movements to help tell the story instead of just a collection of great movements. And to be honest, he could have gone away with a hardcore choreography, but he wanted more. He didn't want it to be just a collection of great moves. He wanted to tell an epic story. He wanted both the song and the performance to tie the entire story. He thinks of a narrative's big idea. There are songwriters who can take an ordinary idea and create beautiful poetry out of it. It's common in love songs, and a lot of pop hits are actually like that. Killing Me Softly is one of those songs. It's about a person feeling such a strong connection with a song, and the whole song is a description of that emotion. Jimin, however, thinks of a song like you would a complete story. He starts with a big idea and then explores it. He said he isn't good in poetry, I disagree with that, but most of the time he tends to actually tell a story rather than provide descriptions. He describes the actions, and through that, he actually tells the progress of a story. He isn't just obsessing over an emotion. It's in fact a narrative and not just a confession. Like Crazy was about getting lost in the superficial happiness he had to force himself into during the pandemic. Face Off was him confronting himself for the lies he made himself believe just to survive. Who, his latest hit, was about getting immersed in the idea of love without actually experiencing it. What makes this a powerful foundation of anyone's creative buildup is the natural presence of substance. As he evolves, matures, and grows as an artist, he will most likely hold on to this foundation. He will start with a big question. What is he trying to say? What is he trying to communicate? Rather than just trying to create a bop or a catchy song that is going to be a radio hit. Many pop songs nowadays are just talking about the same things. K-pop especially is prone to repeating the same theme over and over again. Glamour, love, partying, or a combination of all of those. Jimin, because he starts with a big idea, has allowed him to be prolific in the themes of his songs. And it pushed him to actually progress the ideas. That leads me to my next point. Progression. One of the benefits of being conscious about the big message of a song is the need to explore it and progress it. You don't just introduce a big idea and outgrow it. His songs don't get stuck in one thing, or he doesn't just say the same thing in 100 different ways. His songs are always like a story that unfolds. There is progress, there is development, conflict, and resolutions. Alone, for example, starts with him questioning himself how he ended up surrounded by lies. By the third verse, he starts wanting to change the situation. He then proceeds to realize that he can never put himself back together again. He translates this process in a wider scale with his albums. His albums are always laid out like a whole narrative. There's a start, there's a middle, and there's an end. Face, for example, started with him admitting to himself the misery he has subjected himself in, before talking about how it is actually his own fault that he ended up there in like crazy. In Alone, he talks about how it has affected him, and by Set Me Free, he makes a decision to set himself free. Muse also unfolds like a narrative. It starts talking about wanting to start to find something in rebirth. Slow Dance was about liking someone. Be Mine was about making a move towards that someone. And by Who, he actually revealed that those were just illusions and he's still trying to look for that someone. Expansion. He created both Face and Muse intimately. From theme to theme, he started with himself and his story and the writing of the songs. In Muse, he starts involving other people in the story. With Face, he worked almost exclusively with his four-man team: himself, P-Dog, Evan, and Ghost Loop. But with Muse, he set out to work with a Western producer for Who. I think as he managed to firmly plant his anchor with Muse, he started to explore outside of his comfort zone. I believe, and this is just me guessing, me anticipating, that as he sees the outcome of his experiments, as he collects victories, he will continue to expand. He's going to be more confident. And he will eventually experiment with even more unfamiliar and unknown spaces and sounds.
Jimin's progress and his destination as an artist is going to be very, very unpredictable. In the Mini Money album exchange, when they were talking about Muse, Jimin said that he isn't quite in that stage or time in his artistic journey where he can say that he created a groundbreaking piece of art or a groundbreaking album. And I understand where he's coming from. He has always been a perfectionist. He has such a high standard for himself and high standard for art in general. So I know why he feels that way. But that just excites me even more on where he is actually headed. I feel that he is going to surprise us in his progress and in his evolution. I think he's going to pursue that kind of perfection and finesse that we have never seen before. And before we know it, he's going to just create such a monumental mark in the history and in the landscape of music. And I think when he's done, we are not going to look at music the same way. So I'm very, very excited. I know that he has a lot more to offer. I mean, I wish he never had to serve so he can just continue rowing and continue evolving. But what can we do? So I hope that we will all just continue watching and continue supporting him. And it is really a privilege to be witnessing the growth of an artist like Jimin. And I know that he's never going to actually watch this video, but I do wish him a happy, happy birthday. And I hope that he knows that there are millions of people around the world who are very, very thankful that he decided to live a part of his life publicly, because he has affected so many people positively. And to everybody, I hope that you wish him a happy birthday. Thank you for watching. If you ended up liking this video, please give it a like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. And of course, share the video if you can. Also, if you can, please follow me on X or Twitter and also on Instagram. And follow me on Patreon. Join our community. It's a vibrant one. If you want a safe space where you can just express how you feel, even if it is an unpopular one, for as long as you're saying it respectfully, you're free there. So there's a free membership if you don't want to commit. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all.